in her career, but also just to sustain a level of excellence that she has?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing that's probably most impressive about Stewie right now is the fact that she has 2 kids and like juggles being a professional athlete, like you said, maintaining greatness, evolving while having a family. That's just beyond impressive. I don't know when she sleeps. But back to the basketball, I think, what I've seen in Stewie the last couple of years is an evolution in her game. You can tell she's added things. She's definitely gotten better off the dribble, like with her ball handling. But she's really evolved in her leadership. And when I got her, when she came to the Storm, she was 21, 22 years old. And so to see her now just being more vocal, she always took on a version of ownership because that's just what great players do. But to see that evolve, I think has been really special, and that's probably where a lot of her growth has come. At some point you get to this point where there's only so much you can add to your game, but up here starts to evolve, and Stewie's starting to creep into that territory.
Do you think you might have influenced her leadership abilities?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully she learned a thing or two, but no, just kidding. I think naturally that happens. I was someone that when she was young and impressionable and just learning the professional game was there to kind of guide her. But at the same time, I think what makes a great leader great is when they're authentic to themselves and their leadership style. So I know she's doing it her way, which is the only way you can do it.
Yeah, obviously you saw it, your alma mater winning the national championship, and Paige Becker's carried it to you. Like, what do you think this is going to bring to the WNBA coming off a national championship?
Yeah, I mean, a whole lot of attention, of course. I think what's really wonderful in what's happening in the women's game that's really wonderful is the gap that all of us who have been in this world have felt between the college game and the WNBA. Like, how can we bridge that? How can we, from a fan base standpoint, from an attention standpoint, I always used to say, like, we're the same people. Like, you cheered for us in the Final Four like 5 minutes ago, and we're the same over here. So to see that happening, I think is a big reason for the growth and the overall growth in the game. And of course, I'm happy for Connecticut. Of course, I'm happy for Paige. A tremendous way to end a career that had a lot of ups and downs. I mean, it's the things, documentaries are made of. So to end on top must feel great for her. And now I'm really looking forward to seeing her in the WNBA.
Have you thought about integrating the younger talents like Paige, like Caitlin, into the FIBA 26 team ahead of even 28, just to get them involved with Team USA?
Yeah, any player that is interested in being part of the national team, of course, is welcome. No matter, I guess, the level, where they're from. It doesn't. Well, obviously they're from America, but you get my point. Yeah, I think you just want talent, and you want to see which talent, when they come together, is going to fit. Of course, Caitlin, of course, Paige. I mean, the names go on. You want them to be involved as quickly as possible to get comfortable. Because I know, it was referenced before, USA basketball can be, from a player standpoint, can be an uncomfortable situation because we don't have a lot of training time, and you're asked to do potentially, a different role. And you're trying to do that on the fly. And so that can cause a lot of discomfort. So the sooner you're in it and you're experiencing it, the better.
Will you be involved with 3x3 at all?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't really know that much I mean, I know it because I would play it in the off seasons a little bit, but yeah, I don't really know that much.
How cool is it, it's so much more exposure and such a big spotlight on the women's game now. It's pretty cool to even have an event like this and everybody show up and really be into what you guys are doing right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's beautiful about where we are now is I'm getting the question less of like, oh, how long do you think this will last? Like, oh, is this just a one-off? It now feels very much like substantiated, validated in a sense. And I think events like this or, attendance records, viewership, you name it, all of that, it just continues to be on the rise. And I think, like I said, we're getting to a point where it's not, people are stopping asking. People are no longer asking those questions. They understand that it's here to stay.
If you don't mind, you mentioned up there like, how you initially didn't want to do this job.
Yeah.
And you kind of talked about like your arc of getting to the point where you did. Is there anything specific that got you to the point of saying like, yes, this is it?
I think time. Just time. Like I said, it's the exact amount of months, years when they first brought this up is a little blurry, but I think like not. I hadn't been retired that long, and I still very much felt like a player. I hadn't really made that adjustment like in my mind. So the idea of like picking a team, I was like, what? I don't want any part of that. So I think just time naturally did that, but also talking to Grant. Grant really played a big role in just making me see things maybe in a different way, right? Making me, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Making me see things in a different way. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.